You know, folks, I gotta admit that after I made that video about Nintendo's program, I was kind of hoping to be done with it and to not have to do another video about the Nintendo Creators Program on YouTube. But after I saw what's not on the list, after I saw what's not on the list, here I'm doing handheld now. Now, the big three that aren't on the list, of them, Bayonetta, don't fucking care. I didn't play the first Bayonetta. I'm probably not going to play Bayonetta 2. That kind of game it's not something I care about, so I don't give a crap. Smash Brothers, again, don't really care about it that much. I played it in the past, but it's not something that I get the whole idea behind it, but it's just, again, I played it in the past, and I'm not really interested in it anymore. Now, let's go to the 800-pound gorilla in the room. Nintendo, are you fucking serious? Pokemon isn't included on your so-called whitelist? You do realize that outside of Mario and Zelda, Pokemon's probably your biggest franchise. I would agree with everyone who says that Mario and Zelda are the biggest franchise that Nintendo has, but I would say a very close third is Pokemon. And for it to not be included on the so-called whitelist, are you kidding me, Nintendo? Folks, it's shitty decisions like this that are the reason that Nintendo has gone from first in console market share and gaming share to a very distant third place behind Microsoft and Sony. Now, me personally, I'm not really much of a Nintendo person anymore because their core demographic, they've decided, is my nephews. And my nephews this year will be 8, 6, and 4. And that to me seems to be, whether Nintendo's explicitly stated it or not, their implied demographic by their marketing is my nephews. Okay? Whether they say it or not publicly, the way their marketing is, the implication that all of us gamers get is that Nintendo is only interested in marketing to adults with children or children themselves. Otherwise, what are you doing, Nintendo? The fact the lack of mature titles on Nintendo platforms is a massive red flag. The fact that third-party developers aren't interested in the Wii U, that's also another massive red flag. That there needs to be major changes at Nintendo's Japanese headquarters. Because I can say there needs to be major changes in Nintendo, but if the leadership of the company in Japan doesn't change, then nothing's going to change for Nintendo of America, Nintendo of Europe, Nintendo of Africa, Nintendo of Asia, Nintendo of South America. If there aren't massive changes at the headquarters in Japan, then the rest of Nintendo's corporate offices around the globe might as well not even bother doing any changes for themselves. But This is just a long line in a string of shitty decisions, not only marketing wise, but business wise, development wise, manufacturing wise. That has just led to. I all right. I'll put it this way. Nintendo's is on this self-destructive spiral, and I think the reason that a lot of us older gamers aren't interested in Nintendo anymore is we see them on this self-destructive spiral that they've been on since the mid '90s, and we're just at this point where we're just like, okay, Nintendo, can you please hit rock bottom so that you can start climbing your way to the top? And all we keep seeing is all this line of just idiotic decisions that keep putting Nintendo further and further and further behind Microsoft and Sony. And this, to me, is the reason why I personally am not a Nintendo fanboy and probably am not going to be a Nintendo fanboy unless there is just some massive Nintendo product that comes out that everybody around me that I know who are also gamers say, dude, you have to play this. And lately, I just haven't seen that. And granted, I know Smash Brothers and Mario Kart have been tremendous hits for Nintendo, but a big hit for Nintendo is not the same kind of revenue generator that a big hit for Sony or a big hit for Microsoft would be. And I think that's where, you got to stop having these Nintendo fanboy blinders on that I see a lot of these people have. Start realizing that, number one, Nintendo does not care about you. Okay? And number two, as long as the senior leadership is in place in Japan, nothing's going to change. Okay? So that's it for this. I guess you could call it a commentary. And I will see you all next time.